3. We should be live from the Hutch headquarters. Hello, people of Top Drives. My name is Dmitry. I work as a community manager, and here's Maria. She's a product manager. So let's let everyone get in, and everyone watching should go to the comments and say hi.
Hi.
Because if you do not say, we should be live from cringe. Yeah, so everyone should say hi, and we will start with a bunch of questions. Let me check if it all works well. Yeah, so we are back for our what is it, March Q&A, but as actually it's already almost April, just one day left, so we will soon need to do another one. But yeah, last time Kevin, no, it should be working.
Okay, Cray.
Kevin says it's not working. Let me check very
no.
quickly.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Rick. Hello, humans. Welcome.
No, it is working.
You'd be great at welcoming humanity in an alien planet.
Why?
I don't know, you just do it really well.
yeah, but you know, I just love our players so much.
You'd stay on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's love.
Yeah, so everything should be working fine, and yeah, hey everyone back, and welcome to the live stream. We're 4 minutes past 5 here in the UK. We're actually in the Hutch headquarters, as I said. We have a lot of people in this on this floor today, compared to all the previous months when we've had no one. And to be fair, I actually miss how it was a little bit. I kind of like it. Yes, it's a bit weird because we have a lot of people from F1 around us. So Matthew, hi, and Casper, Rick Tyndall with his opinion, hi Mitul, hi Alexander, Misha, Porcelain S, Michael, Vadim, and everyone else. So yeah, we're not gonna have too many people, but anyway, welcome back to the Q&A. This is how it works. We usually have 5 top questions that we've picked from the Katie Play section. Those 5 top questions are the most sort of interesting questions we want to answer, and what we're going to do is we're going to answer them together, and those who've submitted them will get a free carbon fiber pack on their account. So as always, we do that every time. And then we have a bunch of questions, maybe like 10-15 other questions that we'll follow up, that we'll spend another 54 minutes answering to. But also, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments and we will answer them during the live stream as well. So just to make sure that, you know, we can keep engaged. So let's give it, 30 more seconds, and we will get going.
Can I read the names today?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
All of them.
I've been promoted. All of them.
Yeah, go on. And the questions as well.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. You have to. That's the rule.
Oh.
You read the name and the question. But like I said, you're absolutely fine to do that.
Okay.
I have nothing against it.
I'm going to try it this time.
I have nothing against it.
Just because I want to say the names, but I have to take the full deal.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. All right. This will go.
Is it still a Twitch raid if I run upstairs to raid your stream?
Yes.
Asks Rebel Racing.
Yes, please.
It's kind of unprofessional, to be honest. FR. Anyway, I think we can get it going.
Aw, thanks, Darius. That's really nice. All right, do I read out the
Can
first
you
one?
add a 1v1 mode on Top Drives? Don't we already have? Isn't the whole game 1v1?
1v1. Yeah, I assume what Mitel is asking is probably with friends, where you can invite a friend to race against them.
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
I'm
and
assuming.
Duels.
Yeah, friend battle. Yeah. No.
Seems to be a really popular question
Yeah,
today.
I know. Yeah. Not at the moment.
By the way, we need to switch to this screen.
Yes. We do have plans to look at additional game modes for the future, but it's not even close enough to put on the roadmap that we share with you all. Yeah, we'll keep it in mind. It does sound quite fun. I could totally race against Dimitri and win.
Yeah,
all right.
for sure.
Player name Miyata is good. I assume that is what it is. So, hi Hutch, what steps are being taken to prevent server crashes like the ones that occurred this weekend? Why did it take so long to get the problem fixed and find the cause? Also, good job for at least fairly, for the most part, compensating the players. Clapping emoji.
Great question.
Yeah.
We are obviously not happy about what happened. These sort of issues are not good for anyone, especially when they happen on a weekend, on a Sunday afternoon and evening. In fact, for us, 10 p.m. as people are preparing for the new day, and they have to deal with this sort of stuff. It is the issue we encountered. I've actually talked about this very, very briefly in a Kitty Play post a couple of days ago, but it was a bit different than from what we usually have. I don't know the whole story, but it's not what you might expect with like server loads. It was a bit of a different story. I wouldn't say that it took us that long to fix it, because it was a fairly new issue. I think it's the first time we've had this specific issue, so we were aware of it like 5 or 10 minutes after it happened. I think the EU servers went down first, and 5 minutes later someone was already looking at them. So I think it was like 7:30 on Sunday, and then it took about an hour to actually sort of figure out what could be happening, and then to bring the solution. And then I'm not gonna go into details just because I'm not a server engineer, and they use a lot of strange words I can't talk about, right? So maybe I could bring them and they could give a bit more detail, but look, they're not here. So I'm just gonna say that we're able to resolve the first issue with the EU service in about an hour, although they were still kind of slow after that. And then the same exact thing happened to the US servers right before the finals were about to end. So it took us some time to, I guess, resolve it, but we were still aware and working on it from the very first moment. This is something that we have to do, and we did. So we're aware of these issues. We have moderators reporting to us all the time, and ourselves, we play the game, so we can notice these things. And but it's always good to reconfirm with players, obviously. In terms of the compensation, this is the way we went. We believe this to be the most fair way, and the most, there of course there are many ways we could compensate players, but they can be extremely complicated, not so easy. Sometimes we cannot go back in time, we cannot roll servers back or anything like that. So we have to do what we already kind of know how to do. We do sometimes we used to, I think, give cars to players in case of server crashes. I'm not sure if CS does that still, but we have analysts who are able to identify these players, and that's exactly what they did. And then we gave a compensation to all players, actually, because we took into account the issues with server on the Asian server from a couple of weeks back as well. So we gave a compensation that is actually bigger than we've ever given, I think, combined. So because we recognized that there was an issue, and if you remember, it was a challenge that rewards free free premiums and 10 slots, which is a compensation, which is quite nice. And then in addition to everyone who would deem to be capable of winning the Chimera, we gave them also that Chimera. So yeah, in terms of going forward, obviously we still have we want to be able to resolve these issues as soon as possible, but they will happen sometimes, and we do have steps taken to make sure that I cannot say like make sure that it doesn't happen again, because it might, but to make sure that we are aware and can act on it very, very quickly. And as I said, it's not just like server load issue. It was a bit different story, I think.
Yeah, it's something that we couldn't control, and that's why it took a long time. We had someone on it, like Dimitri said, very quickly, even though it was a Sunday. And yeah, it was something out of our control. We tried to do our best to work around it and improve the service. But yeah, unfortunately, it was not fully in our power to resolve what the issue was. Hopefully, it won't happen again.
Yeah. I hope that answers for now. And next question.
Keep it real. Are you guys, Hutch in general, happy with what Top Drives has become, with all the new graphics and gameplay that has changed over the course of 4 years, or are there still more things you guys wish to add / do to the game? Oh yeah, there's still a ton more things that we want to add to the game. So some of these things are long projects, such as the high-res environments. Those have been in the pipeline and being planned, developed for over a year now. So yeah, some of these bigger initiatives, they take quite a long time until you can see them in the game, because we also do A/B testing just to validate, for example, with high-res, the performance, to make sure that your devices would be capable of handling the additional resolution. And yeah, you can see in our in the roadmap that Dimitri published, you can see all the exciting things that we're working on. And I think in general, like the whole team, and Hutch as well, because we have some teammates in other games that play Top Drives. People are really excited. I still play the game, and when I see the high-res environment, I go, "Oh, this is so cool!" Yes, really, really happy. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, you cannot really go back to the old environments because of the newest. They look so good compared to what we used to have. It's a night and day difference. But like people were asking us a lot about is there going to be Top Drives 2? Is there going to be next iteration of Top Drives? But this is Top Drives 2 to a certain extent. We're updating the game, but what's the point of making a new game when we have the good tech to make the existing game better? So this is exactly what we're working on. Whether we're happy with all we've done, of course, there's been almost 5 years, actually, more than 4 years now. We'll bring the rest of the environments, but this is just again, like, still not the beginning, because obviously it's almost 5 years, but there's still a lot to come. This year is going to be quite good and fun for everyone. You could say last year was more focused on challenges. This year we're actually bringing a lot of cool stuff that you're gonna like. Yeah,
I think we were doing quite a lot of progress in 2021 towards some of these features and improvements that take a long time to develop. So now we have a really good backlog of just things that are near ready to be released in 2022. I think it's going to be a really exciting year. It's already proving to be an exciting year, so hopefully we keep having you happy and enjoying the game, and with a lot more cool stuff coming.
Yeah, what is coming in 2022, you can see it, like, if you can see the game in two parts. There's an outside and then there's inside. We've just started bringing updates to the outside with the new environments and cars and models and everything, but we're also working a ton on the inside of the game this year, and you will see. We've obviously have hinted some parts of it, and I think actually April is a time when we need to bring another roadmap update in a couple 2 or 3 weeks. It's interesting how it changes. Even looking back 2.5 months since the last roadmap, quite a few things will change, and you will see that. We'll share that when it's done. But yeah, it's going to be like big year for the game for sure. So we're happy. Next question.
Ruffle Waffles. I'm really proud I managed to say that. It's a long one. Even though it has been explicitly stated, my and the community's general understanding is that the new graphics update was largely done to bring in new players to the game. I am basing this on 2 statements regarding the fact that the vast majority of players skip races anyways, meaning the new graphics have little impact on their play, and new players were able to playtest the graphics first. When previously asked about metrics like total player count, server numbers, etc., Hutch has been reserved about sharing such numbers, so I won't bother asking about direct numbers, but overall, has the graphics update worked in increasing newcomers to the game? If so, does this affect the time frame of appeal type updates, like the new UI that was brought up about a year ago? Do you want to take this one?
Well, it's a pretty long question, but I guess it all sums up as whether that had any effect on newcomers, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's too early to say.
Yeah, we've seen some good indicators so far. 14.6 been out for a little time, so we need to allow enough time to pass to have more confidence in our results. So take this with a huge pinch of salt, but so far it has proven to have been really good for the game. Yeah, I think you're not wrong in saying that the majority of veteran players skip races. We can see that in data, but I think overall it's not all about changing metrics in the game. It's also keeping top drives feeling fresh and relevant in the market segment, because all of these new games that are coming out, majority of them have really cool graphics, and we want top drives to be around for another 5-10 years. Who knows? We're here to develop a game for the long term, and so making the game update and feel fresh and feel more on par with competitors that are being released nowadays, that's really important for the future of the game. And I think, seeing from the early data from new players joining the game, it's proving fruitful so far.
Yeah, and there are a couple of things people aren't talking about. For example, after 14.6, first is the fact that we've removed the blur out of most places. That was an annoying thing, and everyone's complaining about it. We removed it, and I've literally not seen anyone even mention that. Maybe on the first day, a couple of people said, "Oh, they've removed the blur. It works much better now." But after that, no one's like no one's really appreciating these things as well. That we actually looked into them, and we had plans to even investigate that further if that was a problem still.
Yeah.
But we actually had time, saved for that. We will be working on this right now, but it seems everything's working fine, so we probably don't even need to look into it. Secondly, the game is actually running better. It's faster, it's snappier than it used to be, and again, no one's really talking about it all that much. It's still all about the same thing that we've discussed previously, and we've been talking to players with previously. I wanted to actually talk about. There's a question. Where is it?
About the appeal type updates,
No, from Fredzy. The compensation of free ceramics and 10 slots seems very little to me for the RQ 100 card that we lost. Who lost? Please tell me, because in the bracket you can have 10 winners. In a bracket with 500 players, you can have 10 people who can win this car, and so that's 5%, right? So are you in that 5%? Are you sure? Because if you are, then you would have either already got it, or you would have probably got it from customer support who were sorting out all these winners. Because we looked at this very, very closely. For 2 days we investigated the issue, and we've shared how we did that. We had a variety of criteria that analysts were looking at. So we lost it. At best it could be 5% of the players who took part in the tri-series. So you have to be very careful there. And outside of that, it's a decent compensation, we believe. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding what is the word, diminishing, or I don't know.
I don't think you are.
But you have to understand that a lot of people will say that they have lost the car, but they were not even near winning it.
We used the data to find out and be fair. On the time frame of appeal type updates, so because the Top Drives team is growing in terms of designers, in terms of engineers, it means that we get more time to work on more value, player value features that aren't super core to the game, like the quality of life features that you've been seeing. And we also have a feature upcoming that it's not critical for the game, but it's nice and makes us more on par again with other competitors out there. So I don't think, as we've spoken about, we're not going to redo the complete UI, but you will see improvements coming out over this year. I also wanted to say, I think there's some questions about licensing, like Asian brands, Ferrari. So I just wanted to highlight that we actually have a new joiner on the Top Drives team for a car manager role. So now we have someone additional in the team looking at brands and helping us with the car licensing process. So him and Robin are an awesome team, and then we also have our amazing licensing team. So we're always trying to get more manufacturers into the game. So hopefully you'll see some, we don't know yet, hopefully you'll see some new brands coming in throughout this year. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, Yeah, I think he's a bit confused still because it must be his first job in the gaming, as far as I'm aware. But he's still trying to get an idea of how everything works, and it works quite differently in Top Drives or in Hutch than from other games. So, is there something you wanted to look at? No.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough talking about compensation. We moved on from there.
Next one.
Bringing our favorite V8 eater.
Well, that was my role.
What?
I'm going to say again. V8 eater.
You can read it.
I'm joking. How is the Retune feature doing? And when can we expect a fix for all the cars with the wrong stats? I think there are more than 70 cars, wrong stats, seats, MRA, and so on. I can take the Retune feature. Do you want to take the car with wrong stats question first?
There's probably more than 70. you know, what can I say? Yeah, but we're going to be addressing these. We're a bit blocked at the moment, but we have unblockers that are currently in development. And these things all linked to each other, actually. You know, Retune, car corrections, ways we want to reimburse players when we're doing car corrections. These are all the things that need to come together because, you know, previously in previous years we were doing in a more simple times, I suppose, as well. You would have, when you had 700, 1,000 cars in the game, and the hierarchy was pretty straightforward, and all cars worked well with each other. You're bringing new cars, you can break the car hierarchy. And old ways we've dealt with corrections, they do not really work that well anymore. When we bring another car update, you know, the cars that we looked at in the past two updates, we might have to update them again, and they might get wrong again, or at least in terms of hierarchy. So, because we're dealing with the game after all, not real life, right? So there's one formula that works for everything, and you make some small changes and it completely changes everything. Yeah, so that's about car corrections. We're working on our ways to get all those corrections sorted out, but also be able to reimburse you when these corrections are being made. And same applies to rarity changes. You know, it's been a big topic when a car goes from epic and is fully upgraded to legendary, and then all those people who've upgraded this epic to the max, they get a free legendary upgrade to the max. You know, it's a big thing. So, you know, we haven't done that for a very long time, and we want to be unblocked on this, and that's what we're working on.
Yeah, and on how the Retune feature is doing. So yeah, following on from what Dimitri was saying, we want to minimize the disruption to your game, because we know how much strategy goes behind picking the best tunes and community pulling this knowledge to make the best decisions for their collection. So, you know, we don't want to release corrections and then new physics. We're being a bit ambitious and trying to find a way to bundle all of these changes in one big go. Of course, you know, we'll have things then coming up in the future over time, because it's a live game for years. But we're trying to minimize the disruption to your gameplay. So yeah, the Retune is part of all of this new physics and corrections that hopefully we'll release together. The feature is doing well, and most of the feature is done. We're updating how it works in terms of the interface of the game, you know, when you go to your upgrade screen, so that it's more consistent with the design of the game, and also tweaking how it works a little bit. So yeah, just to clarify, the Retune feature will be part of when we release the new physics, and not something that we'll just turn on tomorrow. Because I know I've seen some players asking sometimes if we'll just make the Retune feature available unrelated to physics.
Yeah, but at least we can talk about it, you know, because for over a year we've just had to brush off any mention of Retune, because since it's been teased some years ago, we couldn't share anything, but we're close. But yeah, like, people are still asking, are there going to be any new car corrections in the next PL update? Just forget about it. Like, the way corrections used to work is not going to be the same anymore. You know, we will. I think we're going to be updating as many cars as possible in one go, and when that happens, we also have to take into account the fact that, you know, some cars in your perception might get weaker, or in general perception might get weaker, some get stronger. How do we reimburse players when that happens as well? So there's a whole package coming. You know, it's not going to be just, we're gonna correct 300 cars like we did in the new update, like we did before, and something's going to happen.
I had something to ask on the Retune feature. You know, get ready to type. I really like to hear your feedback, and then if you're rewatching this, just drop it in Discord. So in terms of the retuning of the upgrades on your car, would you rather, when you go to respec your upgrades, would you rather to enter a screen where all of your upgrades are reduced to 0, and then you can just redistribute the points that you have? Or would you rather enter the respecing screen, seeing your existing tune, so that you can have a basis of what you had before and then adjust it as you see it? I know it's really complicated without showing you some kind of mock-up, but I'm just interested. I think summarizing, would you prefer an experience where your upgrades are reduced to 0 to then respec them, or would you prefer to see the tune that you had to help inform your decision?
Yeah, this might sound a bit overwhelming, but, you know, we're already at that stage when we put thought into this sort of details.
Yeah.
So if you can get back to us with an answer, that would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know how long can we actually talk about this. How deep can we go? Can we talk about retune versus respec and what these things mean?
Well, we have in the roadmap, we have that we're releasing tuner cars, and then as we're doing internal development, calling retuning was just becoming very confusing. Retuning tune, and so we're now calling it just respecking your upgrades, because it's what other games use in terms of changing around the stats that you had already invested into your progression. So yeah, when you see us saying respecking, we mean the retune that you might already know.
Yeah.
The first one, reset to 0. That's very interesting. I actually thought you'd prefer to see your current tune. Oh, we also have a second option. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe I need to bring this into a thread into Discord, considering we have some differing views.
Yeah, we might need some kind of a poll. It doesn't seem to be a very straightforward answer.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. That was extremely helpful. Will we have to wait for fuses again, or will it be instantly? Again, I take this with a pinch of salt, because we haven't completely finished the design yet. Right now, you will not have to wait for fuses again, but that may change. Cool. I think we can go to another question then. Mostly what? Really enjoyed the Year of the Tiger event. Thank you for that. It felt well balanced, multiple possible solutions to every round, no duplicates needed, beautiful artwork, good length of the different stages with the 10 daily tickets instead of the artificial gatekeeper rounds. The difficulty increased steadily the further one progressed through the stages, and the additional challenges with the possibility to win additional packs and envelopes was a nice touch. The only thing I wish was different was that it didn't award an ultra rare prize card, and that I had the garage to be able to finish it, of course. Which brings me to my question. Can we expect that this kind of serves as a template for future similar big events, or do you have ideas to try different approaches?
I don't know. So it's kind of your question, because
okay.
You know,
I don't want to be answering all of them. So we're always going to be trying different approaches. It's just part of how we work and our team philosophy. Like we mentioned, after Christmas collection and horror show, we said that we were learning based on feedback that we got from those collection series, and we were going to try to, make a consistent difficulty gate for different types of rewards, so that the difficulty to get a carbon fiber is the usual difficulty you'll find to get a carbon fiber in another challenge. And the designer did an excellent job. I'm really happy to hear that you enjoyed it. I think overall it was really positive. feedback, from the community. So we're going to take the fact that the feedback was really positive into consideration when we design the next collection series. So yeah, it's really important that everyone just gives us feedback, like with the blur, so that we can learn over time and improve. Yeah, I'm really happy that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've seen only positive comments mostly. I would add to that, I think, from my perspective, collection series have been a really, a sort of a breakthrough type of content we've been doing in Top Drives for about a year now. I think it's in June that we will have the first year anniversary since the was it the silver screen? It was, I think, silver screen 1 that was the very first. It feels like it's been 2 years actually. Then I don't know, for some reason, but yeah, it was about a year ago. Or was it 2 years?
No, I think it was 2. I wasn't part of Hutch when we did Silver Screen. My first collection was Call of the Wild.
Yeah, so it must be 2 years.
Call of the Wild 2. Yeah, probably 2 years.
It just worked differently, I think. But yeah. I think the first one was like a mix between events and challenges, but it was you've only had one challenge running at the same time. I'm losing my mind at the moment. But what I want to say, I think it's been like a sort of a breakthrough content, but people are used to it now, and I feel people want something new to try as well, and we are definitely experimenting in this area at the moment. You might have seen a couple of us, or maybe Robin, I think, very briefly mentioned that we're actually added a tech in 14.6 that allows us to hide challenges. There will be visible to some players and invisible to other players.
No, sorry, it's they're challenges that they will disappear from your view when you complete them, so that we can create more long-running challenges. Yeah,
but basically what I want to say is that we're experimenting in ways we can try new ways of give you single player content as you guys want. So collections is great, like a staple now, but we're gonna try something new in the future as well. And we've done as promised. We've separated these collection series one from another, like horror show and the Christmas collection were obviously very close, and we said we're gonna work on this, and we did, and it seems that the feedback has been great. So yeah.
I've seen some questions about the arc.
Yes, I wanted to bring that as well. I don't have any information yet. I think it should be coming up quite soon.
The next arc, Arc 11.
Yeah.
We'll make an announcement.
Yeah.
We haven't crafted an announcement because the plans aren't fully finalized. The reason why it's been to be determined in the images that we've been sharing is that we're changing the format basically to make it less painful if you don't manage to get a token 1 month, and less painful if you have something going on in life and you need to take a step back from Top Drives and then come back a few months later. So yeah, we're finalizing the design, and then once we have all of the details, we'll be sharing what the new format is.
Yeah, it's just wait a little bit. We'll share everything. Don't worry about this.
It will still share the same principles. It's a marathon. You have to collect tokens over time, and then you'll get nice prizes if you win the challenge every month. Yeah, throughout the year.
Yeah, regarding clubs, we just regarding the requirements. Yeah, we just don't have the time at the moment. People's time, and a couple of people suggested that they give us a hand, but this is impossible. You have to work here to be engaged in this sort of stuff. So if you're not working here, you can't really help us. Speaking of which, I think on the last live stream we had someone suggesting to send us a player-made challenge, and they actually did, and we've looked at it. We came back with some feedback. We'll expect some minor tweaks. Well, not minor, but some tweaks. But if we are if they return a good challenge design to us, we will run it as a test in the game and just see how it works. That's going to be quite fun, I guess. yeah, just a little thing to share.
Yeah, it'll be a one-off for now, because it takes quite a long time to set up because it's all manual. Because when a player's designing it, they don't have the tools that we have. So then when we go to bring it into the game, it's quite a laborious process. So someone's going to be doing it as a bit of a hobby time, not within core hours, to try to, just see how it goes and what you think about it.
Yeah, we're quite open-minded. It's just that you need to understand it needs to be really specific. It needs to have everything done. We cannot. Our time is very limited. So we cannot be thinking for you. It's not like you just can throw in some ideas. You have to be quite specific. And this person was quite specific, to be fair. With some minor. It was
really impressive.
Yeah, it was really good. So, we're looking forward to trying it out. I think we can. I think that wraps up the sort of 5 main questions. We still have just a bit more, 20 minutes to talk about a couple more things.
Oh, sorry. Just on the clubs and the daily event requirements, I also saw a question on that. Like, I get it. We all understand within the Top Drives team how important this is and how it's frustrating you. Please bear with us. It's not because we don't want to do it and we don't think it's valuable. It's because we're still trying to expand the team, and that means we need to prioritize what our teammates and in-game design are working on. So
yeah, and Blossom, you're being very rude, by the way, as well, when you're talking about clubs. Let's move to the next section.
Oh, ID, a name that is ID. That's cool.
And there are a lot of questions, quite cool.
Do you want to take over?
Yeah, sure. So ID, what is the next event that will start, Silver Screen or Two-Tone? As you know, we had a bit of a tag issue. Anyway, everything's good right now. We've hotfixed with 14.6.1, and we're pretty much good to go with all our tags. Which is the next one going to be?
I don't think we can say.
I
got you.
I didn't. I don't know. Like, can we say? But
no,
not at all. But I mean, I understand if we cannot say when, but which one do we want to say?
It's best for design to keep the design open. We need to be agile if needed.
That is the answer. We cannot say, unfortunately. But yeah, stay tuned. Maybe soon, maybe not. But it will start.
I feel like someone asked for police cars. Well, instead of a police car, you got a policewoman.
You stopped me at the right moment, actually. That's what I was about to say.
Let's see if someone can make it out.
It will remain a mystery. From Koi UE Racing, I think we've seen them asking a question last time, actually. Hi, we saw most of the goals from the break-in distance. But were the improved rewards soon around the corner? So I think they're talking about the roadmap update from January. We had that. I think it was new to that roadmap actually side, but I don't think we have much to share at the moment.
Is it improved? I think it's improved rewards for the campaign, is it?
Well, I'm not sure, because if we're talking about what we've added in 14.6, that's quite minor. So maybe that's something different, because we haven't added, nothing too major. Let me actually check just in case.
When we released the preview of what cars you could get in, the best RQ cars plus the final race car you could get in each campaign region, we did improve, I believe, the UK, the first region prizes, and it's still on our radar to change the prizes of other sections for the campaign, just so that they're more relevant for new players joining as we release new cars into the game. I'm aware, Bakito, about the one card in the Yellowbird.
Oh, I guess it's additional rewards from ads.
Oh. That's currently in an A/B test.
Yeah.
So if that goes well, we'll roll it out to everyone. But can't announce anything yet because it's still running. We still don't have the full data to make a decision.
Next question from HTO69, what about 4 years in daily rewards system? Day 1460 or 1461 is blank so far. Yeah, I think changes have been made already. I actually haven't looked, but I know that some of our one of our designers was meant to look at this. I think this question is just before that change was made.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because the thread was there for a couple of days. So I think it must have been sorted out by now. But no, it wasn't meant to be what was like aluminium. No, it wasn't meant to be that. It was meant to be something else. Yeah, so Commander, my question is going to be: will you be adding Japan Pro to our premium? Wait, that's new. Oh, that's from last month. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, skip it. Yeah, I might have forgotten to take it out. El Nino, is the burn down on the skip fuse function published anywhere? There seems to be a long initial delay before it begins to reduce, i.e. it's not linear. I think it was in the release notes. Which one was it? Which update was it? Was it 14.3? I think. So yeah, it's for the first 25% of the duration, the price remains unchanged. Then for all other periods of time, the price matches the percentage of time remaining. For instance, skipping a fuse with 30% of time remaining will result in 30% of the cost. Then the price is rounded up to the nearest 10 gold. So this is about gold. I guess that doesn't really answer the question though.
No, I think because of 25%, there is a long initial delay before it starts counting down.
Maybe
it's not linear.
If that's what you mean, that's the answer.
Yeah, I believe
if you want to look into detail, 14.3 update on the website.
Yeah. Cheers, Chris. You didn't plan the ads question. Yes. Are you going to the next question?
No, I was just reading the chat. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So is that a fan? 39. Why do some tracks like Drag Fast Circuit feel so much slower than before? In a game with so many fast cars, I think that feeling the speed these cars have is very important. So, good feedback. I mean, it's quite subjective, but something to give to our, people who work in these environments. We can absolutely pass that feedback. If you feel they're too slow, I don't know. To me, they seem fine. I actually would have thought maybe they're a bit faster, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But
yeah,
they can be a bit slower.
It could maybe be performance related to the simulation. So yeah, if anyone has feedback on the new environments, I think I saw something on Discord about the cameras. If you could just take how do you call it, like record your screen and then share it with Dimitri, that would be extremely helpful so that we can track it, and when our 3D artists are available, they can take a look.
Yeah, exactly. So if you is that a fan, I think you can be on. You're on KDP, right? So if you just just tag me there with some feedback and we can pass it. Absolutely. We've brought 18 new upgrades. So there can be some problems or something you might not feel as before. Absolutely. It's not that it affects the gameplay or the end results in any way, which I want to stress, because people have been asking whether these races make any difference to the actual race results. They do not. So everything remains the same until we bring the I think until we change the game engine.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna get my sweater. Okay, no sweater for me.
I just take it.
No, it's giving weight to the chair.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why the chair was falling.
It's a very light sweater.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope that answers your question. Bakiro, what was the reaction of Hutch when there were all of these negative comments in the game? I mean, how are you handling the negative feedback? Yeah, I mean, there have been quite a few of these questions, and they come in all the time. But they're you get used to it, I guess. Like I say, with top price players, it doesn't matter what sort of update you release. If it's a perfect update, they will still find something to complain about. They'll say that it's not what they wanted. So but we take it some people take it close to heart, obviously, because it's their project that they spend 40-50 hours every week working on. So when people throw insults and things like that, it's not nice, but you have to grow some skin, I guess. And yeah,
I think it's all about how it's good to have negative comments and negative feedback. It's important to express when you're unsatisfied, and so that we can know that we should take a look at it. It does help us. I think it all comes down to how it's communicated. It can be a constructive, negative feedback. It can be deconstructive and toxic. So, sometimes I think Dimitri does a really, really good job with the team where not everyone has the emotional resilience to sometimes hear the direct feedback that we get in the way that it's stated. And so, that myself, Rob, and Tim were also on Discord, so we were more accustomed to it. And then Dimitri collates all of the feedback that we get and processes it to then share with the team in a way that's more constructive in case it is deconstructive in the wording.
Yeah, the one thing I can say is that we definitely hear, words are heard louder from people who will say a few words, but you know that they're serious. There are a couple of people who will say just a few words, and you should be listening to their feedback, compared to someone who will write a whole letter blaming us and everything and everyone, and they're just being really unconstructive, and you see these messages every single day. But you just have to deal with it. It's a free-to-play game. No one's going to be lying to ourselves. It's a free-to-play game. It's a competitive game. It's a game where a lot of things matter to be successful. So people are, I guess you could say people are a bit younger as well, but to be honest, it's not that big of a deal whether they're younger or not. If I've worked on the games where the audiences are much older, and it's actually probably even worse, because they will destroy you absolutely with like arguments. Like, there's nothing you can do with you like that. They'll put you in a position where you're just, when you're in the corner, and so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Stipe 187. Realistically, out of 5, what score would you give the game in the current state? Well, it's obviously 10. But no, like, jokes aside, yeah, it's considering it's the one and only game, it's difficult to judge because it's difficult to judge its score because you can't really compare it to many other games out there. I'm not gonna give it a score now.
Yeah, I think I'm too biased.
Yeah,
I honestly really like the game. I didn't know about it until I started the process of joining Hutch. I'm into card strategy games quite a lot, so I was surprised I didn't know about it. I've stuck to it. I play pretty much every day, and not because Hutch forces me to, but I just really find it fun. There's just something about it that I've never found in another game. And by the way, I'm not a cars person, and I still love Top Drives. It's all about the stats and choosing the right strategy and how to focus my garage and specializing.
Yeah, Bokito says thank you for replying to his answer. I did play a couple of times. I just wanted to acknowledge that I've seen your message. This question is for you from Kolasi, I think, and he's actually in the chat. I've seen his name.
Hi, Kolasi.
I don't know. Do you want to read this?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
I like to ask.
Complicated, but yeah.
I would like to ask Maria for a piece on the quantity of new cars in each update she mentioned in a thread on Discord. Generally, what would be your plan for adding new cars, if there will be a large or small flow of new cars in next updates, and if you plan to tell us in detail about the time coming and how many months it will be added after the last edition, and the amounts will vary. And in the next update, we will really expect to see a huge addition of new cars we have never seen, I mean in terms of quantity. Just to say, sorry, before I answer, I'm really sorry that I just disappeared from Discord after creating that thread. I got a lung infection, and then I was just out for a few weeks, and then I went to a conference, and then I got jet lagged, so I have just not been very well health-wise. and now I got back to work this week and I'm trying to catch up. So yeah, I'm really, really sorry that I haven't gone back. I'm hoping to go back maybe sometime next week once I've got through the backlog of things I need to do in my current job. Yeah, I can't disclose what will happen because it's in flight, it's in flow. It could change. We want to keep the doors open. We are trying to. We're always testing, like we've spoken about. We're hoping that it will be a large amount of cars. Can't say how large, but we're aiming to see what we can do. So yeah, I think we'll just keep testing over time to see what works. It also depends on the licensing pipeline and everything else around that process. I can't answer your question in detail. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we're aiming to see how many cars we can release.
You have 2 legends and a lot of uncommons. Is that true? How many legends do you have now?
I have 2. Oh yeah, I still yeah. Don't shame my garage, Blossom. I have very bad luck with ceramics.
Yeah, I have more legends than that. I think I have like maybe 15, 18.
You have 15 legendaries.
Yeah. I'm rather playing
Wow.
Playing longer. We have 3 more questions, so which is exactly perfect. We have 6 more minutes to go. Tom, where are John and Tim in the live streams these days? Are they still working at Hutch? And any info on the next update or revamped daily rewards? Yeah, so there are 3 questions in one. I wanted to specifically focus on John and Tim one and the update. So John and Tim are in Hutch. They, you have to understand they're in leadership roles. They're senior positions. So them not appearing in the live streams is a good thing because they can focus on their own grown-up stuff. And we are working on our games. They're not embedded in any of our games. They work across departments. So they do their serious stuff. I guess it would be cool to bring them in, but stealing an hour from them of time, it's and I think these things should be handled by the team. And we've seen. I remember when I was just starting at Top Drives, we were doing live streams with all of us. I don't think we were even doing live streams. We were actually just recording. We would just record. We would just talk, answer the questions, and record, and then upload the whole thing. It wasn't live, and they used to all like be fairly quiet. They always have something to share. Don't get me wrong, and probably deeper than us, and because they're veterans. But for them to be sitting there just to answer 2 questions is probably not enough. It's better that we focus on this. If people really want, maybe we can bring them one day,
Yeah,
now
for special, maybe.
Now that everyone's in the office, absolutely. I think we should. I don't know, maybe for the 5-year anniversary or something like that of Top Drives, maybe that would make sense. They could talk about how Top Drives came to be. It's actually a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise they're doing their own serious stuff. And then regarding next update, yeah, just stay tuned. I have nothing to share yet about the big update, the biggest update that we'll ever had. But yeah, that's still some time away. There will be probably a couple more minor updates in between. Yeah.
I think someone's saying garage tour of the devs when looks interesting content. I don't know. If Blossom wants to review my garage, that's fine. We can try to set that up.
Well, on his channel, why not?
I don't know. Yeah, it's not very interesting, but you can shame me about how horrible my garage is.
All 10 cars that you have. The long review.
I got more than that. I'm gonna be very diligent in playing, knowing that I'll have this upcoming.
Are we going to see more tuner cars like Nismo and Montune in the future? Yes, kind of. It's not exactly that, but yes. We are working on this. And last question: are you going to add the new car models for all cars in Top Drives? Because some cars still look how they did in 14.5 update. Also, some car models in 14.6 updates show a blue. Okay. show a blue square instead of the car sometimes. Do you have any plans to fix this in the future? Yeah, the blue square, yeah, all of these things will be resolved when we bring new environments, the rest of the environments in, so don't worry about it. Yeah, and I think we're working on a bunch of new car models as well, but I can't confirm at the moment. It's kind of still in the air, I think.
We are doing more cars.
Just not a huge number.
Well, yeah, we're doing it over time so that you don't have to wait a full year before you get all the cars. We'll just release them as we get them ready. They also need to go through the process of licensing approval, so it takes a little while. Well, you'll see over time throughout this year. You'll see some new cars. We have a dog joining us. That's why we're a little bit distracted. We hear the little paws coming.
Not coming.
Yeah, yeah. But you'll see more throughout the year.
Let's go through the rest of the questions very quickly. Next one from Grognak. I remember just what it was exactly about. It was about, can we give some time in advance about the collection series? And as you've noticed 5 questions ago, we do not give that information. It's sensitive. It's monetization related. So no, we are not going to be giving that information in advance. 2 more questions. There's 2 in 1 from Joss. Have we ever considered adding new permanent tags to the game? I didn't really get that because we already have some permanent tags in the game, I guess permanent in the sense they've been there for ages. We get that question about existing tags quite often, like style icon, eco-friendly. We don't really use those. I guess they're a bit of a legacy from when the game started. It's difficult. I'm sure someone on the team might find use for them. I never can say no, we're not going to use them ever again, because we might. Someone might have some use, but nothing in the near future. Let's put it this way.
Now that we have a new team member doing the car manager role that's very focused on the car data, maybe now we'll have time to think creatively and think about how, if there are other patterns about the cars, to create these new permanent tags, but not in the immediate future.
Great. So do we have any more questions from the comments section? Anyone wants to ask a few more things? If we want to do the garage review, I don't know, Maria. If you want to do it, we can, but depends on how your garage looks like. But when Blossom was here, we did a pretty fun video over here actually.
Yeah. Blossom is saying he won't charge for the review. Well, thanks, Blossom.
Wow.
Goodness. All these perks.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any other questions? We're looking at the chat for the next minute. We'll close the live stream if you don't ask us anything.
Yeah. So thanks for sending your questions. We've had, I think, about 20. I hope you guys. I hope this helped to address some of the concerns and things you've brought up. I think every single month we're going for these questions, and they do not seem to repeat as much. One consistent theme we haven't talked about today are the trophies and matchmaking, because we don't have anything to share, nothing substantial to share yet. And but everything else I think we've mostly covered really. What happened over the weekend with the finals? Just watched the live stream. It was the first question we answered. So there will be a replay of this live stream in a couple of minutes after we finished. So on our YouTube channel, so you can watch it for an answer. That's all.
Okay.
Let's read a couple more as we promised then.
The campaign is one of the best parts of the game, but it has not been touched for God know how long. Therefore, I think that it needs a refresh. We're looking to refresh the some regions in terms of the rewards, so that the new players get more and more relevant cars. Have been more recently added. In terms of adding actual new regions to the campaign, so we add new championships. That's our view of extending a campaign so it's always there. You can take your time going through it. You don't have to pay to play it. And as you collect, you'll be able to progress in the championship to get a good prize at the end of it. In terms of adding new regions to the campaign, it's not something that we've entirely closed off. I don't know. It's similar to clubs, clubs requirements and daily event requirements. We just don't have someone with the time to do it at the moment. As the team keeps growing, maybe at some point we will. I just can't tell you when we'll be able to have the time.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, but we need to go. Yeah, there are some questions still coming in, but we have to go. Thank you very much for watching. You can watch the replay of this live stream on our YouTube channel. Should appear there. I think usually it appears there in an hour or so. So you can just go there and replay. Thanks, Maria, for coming, and we will see you maybe in about a month from now, in April.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll
thanks for
probably
having
be
me.
talking about the our roadmap update. We should be coming around.
Yeah,
around the time.
That would be fun.
Yeah, Kevin Cray. Yeah, we I don't think we have any championships in pipeline at this moment. We have several long term. That's as far as I can tell.
Yeah, there will be more. We can guarantee that.
Cool. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Sweet.